Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. If you don't know me, I'm Umair. I'm a medical doctor, strategy consultant, and I have chosen a sober, curious, high-performance life. And I'm going to tell you a bit about my story, about how I got to where I am today, and how it's basically transforming my life. And so let's dive in. My introduction to self-development actually began when I was living in Mexico through one of my friends. And that led me to work on improving my dating life because I'd been pretty frustrated with it, to be honest with you. I didn't have the dating life that I wanted, and that then led to improving my physique, improving my mindset, and improving my confidence. And that's when I began to take active action and try and work and improve myself across these different aspects. And that's when I first started getting coaching. So I got coaching for my social skills, I got some coaching on my mindsets. But then I got back to the UK and I realized that I'd spent the last 4 months just not really taking advantage, not really doing as much as I wanted to. And I got really frustrated with that. So when I had all this time, I wasn't working, I had so much time to improve myself, to take action, to work on my entrepreneurial endeavors, because that's been a huge goal of mine, has been to create a startup or a business of my own. And I had all this time and I didn't really use it. And I was like, what the hell am I doing? So I hired a performance coach who taught me the systems of how to create actions from a plan and essentially how to track and monitor and just be high performance. I realized at the time that drinking was really throwing me off because the stuff I would do when I was drinking just got worse and worse. I would stay up later, maybe I would even go to bed, which is ridiculous. And then my hangovers would last for a couple of days. I then lose track of the gym, my diet goes out the window, I wouldn't check in with my performance coach, I would fall off from tracking my habits, and then I would start again with zero momentum, and it's like, what is the bloody point? So my performance coach told me to quit drinking, and I did for a couple of weeks. But then as soon as I went back to it, I still got into the same patterns. And I remember thinking at the time, like, I don't want to quit. Why can't I just go and have 3 or 4? But I realize now that, one, if you don't want to do it, it's really just not going to work. You have to understand at your core why you need to stop drinking. And 2, I believe moderation can work, but only after you've given yourself an extended period without booze. Because like you give yourself 1 month of, let's say, not drinking, and then you try moderation, and then you drunk and hungover and you kind of lose progress again, you go back to square one, so you're not getting anywhere. So as part of this whole kind of self-development, I realized that I had really bad nice guy syndrome, which is basically people pleasing, scared to assert boundaries, scared of confrontation, afraid to assert myself because of my childhood, because of my identity as this kind of nice guy, afraid to be disagreeable. And so I took up boxing and MMA to confront my fears, to develop that confidence and to improve myself. And during the boxing fight camp, I was drinking every now and then I would get absolutely wasted, and then I would lose a couple of days or a week of training. And then I just thought, what? This is the most ridiculous thing ever. So for my second fight, for my MMA fight, I quit and I treated it way more seriously. And I was able to make much more progress because I was stacking forward little wins all the time. And then after that, I got way more confidence in my ability to work at things, add things. I'm working at, say, my business goals. I'm working at my MMA goals, working at my gym goals, working at my dating life. And I'm really enjoying putting all these things together. And to be honest, I have a real sense of urgency. I'm not a spring chicken, even though I might look it. I'm not getting any younger. I absolutely hate this feeling of going in circles, spinning your wheels, not getting anywhere, and it's so unbelievably frustrating. I've got a fitness coach, got a mindset coach, everything, and you're not making progress in anything unless you are able to make consistent wins for an extended period. If you don't do that and you're getting hungover, you go back to square one and you're never making progress because you're always trying to catch up. And so now it's so important to me that I get my career to where I want it to go. I had several careers: medical doctor, strategy consultant for a company, and then I've been working as a freelancer for the last couple of years. But your dream is to create something, to build something, and I've been trying for years and years, making loads of mistakes. But ultimately, I've got a clearer direction, and basically, I don't have time to waste. I don't have time to get hungover, to lose progress, to go backwards. I need to get things together now. That's how I feel. I'm really honest with you guys. That's how I feel. I need it now. And so look, I feel like in this life, you can choose to be a hero, or you can be one of the people that try but fail. And I actually see this quite a lot. I see people who, they might diet, let's say, or they go to the gym a couple of days a week, or they'll diet and then the weekend comes and they get absolutely wasted and they never really make any progress. Oh yeah, no, I don't want a calorie count. I don't like calorie counting. Oh, you're being too pedantic with your diet. Well, no, not really. If you want to make progress, you have to choose. You literally have to choose between your results and progress and your satisfaction, or immediate gratification and fun. And I've had my fun. I've had so much fun. I basically spent probably 4 years traveling, more or less, 2019 to 23. Most of that time I was traveling, I was having fun. I was partying a hell of a lot. But when I look back, I had a great time, but I didn't make progress towards the things that are meaningful to me. That when I look back, I don't want to look back and be disappointed. I don't want to look back and think, what if, and have regrets. So right now, for me, fun is over. I'm basically working morning to night. I've got so many things that I'm doing. I wake up, I might have my consulting work, then I'm doing my startup work, then I'm going to the gym, then I might have MMA training, then I might be working at my dating life, then I'm probably doing more startup work. There's only so many hours in the day, and I want to get all these areas of my life are important, so I have to just continue to chip away and make and get wins. But there's also other things, right? Here's a really silly example. Skincare routine. Silly example. You need to do it every day. But it might take a bit of energy to get it up and running, your routine, but after that it becomes easy. So basically right now my life is like a big system, right? I have got habits, the actions that feed into my goals that I've broken down. I've created for myself a 3, 6, 12-month plan. I have it all broken down. I've got my accountability systems, because accountability and the people you surround yourself with is absolutely vital. I have my mentors, because having mentors is absolutely huge. You need mentors. If you want to get anywhere in life, finding good mentors can shortcut you immensely. I've paid a lot of money for coaching, and I'm a big believer in the power of coaching and mentorship. So yeah, my general views now on alcohol is when I was on my cut before, I didn't drink at all. Now I'm on my bulk. I have more calories to play with, let's say. But if I could drink and didn't get hungover, then there's no issue. But actually I'm noticing more and more that if I have, let's say I have like a couple of drinks, I still feel a little bit weird the next day. I don't feel perfect, and it impacts my workouts. And I just don't feel 100% right. So actually it's not the best for me right now. Say I'm trying to become the most confident version of myself. I'm trying to improve my neurology and completely transform myself inside out. You know, my confidence has increased immensely from even a couple of years ago. That's come from pushing my comfort zones. I do enjoy the taste of alcohol. But look, one of the biggest motivations I have is like, think about my future kids, and I owe it to them. Was I a hero for them? Did I do what my promise is to my kids, to achieve my potential and get the best life possible? And or was I just weak and just didn't have discipline? Really, it just comes down to discipline. That's why when I'm traveling, I'm still very strict with my diet. Brother was even laughing about it, that when we were on a holiday, first thing I did was get my laundry done and go to the gym and cook some food. Because it's like immediate gratification. Oh, that would be really nice. I'm gonna be missing out. Great, but that's nice. But then tomorrow you're just gonna feel shitty. So you have to make a decision. That's really what it comes down to, is making a decision. How bad do you want it? And all in all, I'm really enjoying putting wins together, and like you learn the art of learning a skill, pushing a comfort zone, adding new goals, new plates that you can spin. When you learn how to be productive, when you learn how to maximize your time, it becomes a bit of a fun game actually. And you're like, whoa, what else could I add? There's so many things. I've only got so much time in the day, so you better make it count. But also, just want to add, when I say fun is over, I'm talking about things like just wasting time incessantly, right? There's no scrolling. Things like spending time with friends is important, right? You need to get that social time with the people that you care about in the right environments, because it's very good for your mental health, right? I've tried this, just locking myself in a room and just working on a startup project for a few months. And I came out and I was like anxious like hell, because just bad mindsets and negativity and just lack of real, I guess, interaction. But you revert back to the mean a little bit. So it becomes a balancing act, this lifestyle. If you want to really make good progress, you need to manage your body, you need to manage your mind. And those two things are absolutely huge. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.